Hello, this is Alex Kasmark for the FXEdge.com, and this is your free daily Forex video for September 28th, 2009. One reminder before I begin, the purpose of this free daily video is education and not an alert service. I'm not going to make any trade recommendations, but what I am going to do is point out levels of support and resistance for the next 12 to 24 hours. Please keep in mind that trading with leverage is very risky, so please don't trade any real money until you've established a proven track record of success on a demo account. Trading conditions are always changing, so make sure to watch tomorrow's video to stay updated. Okay, everybody, happy Monday. This week should be important as we expect to see more volatility as the fight for a trend continues. It seems to us last week that the dollar would resume losing more and more ground after breaking certain levels of resistance. However, we saw a general reversal against all the majors as risk aversion once again set the scene. The rest of September may set the trend through the end of the year. We keep thinking that the dollar will recover before the end of the year, and Iran is once again making headline news with testing short-range missiles as the main topic. Israel has already commented that they will not allow Iran to have nuclear capabilities, neither friendly civilian nuclear power or for weapon purposes. So it's a matter of time before a major conflict arises, of course, unless sanctions work and prevent Iran from developing those nuclear capabilities. There are debates on both sides as to how this will occur, and what I'm referring to specifically is the conflict between either Israel and Iran or another nation and Iran. We're certain that the dollar would strengthen on the news of any conflict with Iran, as more money would come back to the States on a safety haven basis. So this is a point to think about as it will come unexpectedly, and I know nobody wants to get caught short dollars. Below is a link to a Bloomberg article discussing the G20 meeting with some comments about the buck. Interesting article to read. It's attached in what you're going to be reading here below the video. So if you'd like a more detailed analysis with potential trade opportunities, join us in the members section, and let's get to it and cover the major support and resistance levels for the next 12 to 24 hours. Currently looking at the euro dollar on the daily level, currently trading at 146.67. Market's about to open up here, Tokyo session. Our first level of resistance for the euro is going to be found at first level of support for the euro is going to be found at 146.50. Not a major level of support that we've broken below that line. However, we haven't been able to close below that since middle September. Major resistance is going to be found at 146.10 or the 146 level even. We saw several wicks. However, we do have quite a bit of momentum now coming down, and we expect further dollar gains here. Third level of support for the euro is going to be found at 145.60 and 145.12. First level of resistance for the euro could be found at 147.38, followed by 147.95 or the 148 level, and above that we're going to see 148.65. Above 148.65 is the 150 level. So once again, folks, support for the euro is at 146.50, 146.10. Below 146.10 we have 145.60 and 145.12. Next up, we're going to be looking at the pound dollar. Current rate is 159.27. First level of support for the pound could be found at 159 even, followed by 158. Below 158 we have 155. The pound's been able to set lower pivot lows and continues to deteriorate against the dollar. What we expect here is a bit of profit taking, perhaps a bit of consolidation towards the 160 level before breaking lower to head down to the 158 level, and perhaps lower below the 158 level. The 160 level was a major area of support for the pound. Now that it's broken, we should expect 155 as the major support level for the pound. First area of resistance is going to be found at 159.99, which is the 160 area, followed by 160.60, 160.150, 162, and 163.50. Again, we expect consolidation near the 160 level, perhaps 160, 150 before bouncing lower. Now, if we look at the Fibonacci retracement, that 160, 150 level and that 162 level is the 38.2% to the 50% retracement level. That is exactly what we're expecting, a bounce to the 160, 150, 162 before continuation lower. Now we're going to be looking at the dollar Swissy, currently trading at 102.91. First level of resistance for the dollar can be found at 103.21, followed by 103.50 and 104.25. Above 104.25, we'll see 105.50. First level of support for the dollar can be found at 102.40, 102, and 101.30. Again, we expect to see dollar gains, and perhaps this level at the 102 has found now great support, and we should see further continuation. What I like about this is we've seen, if we look at this last pivot high to the pivot low, the dollar has retraced all the way back to the 50% level, breaking above the 61.8% level, which is important. However, we really need to see it close above 103.20 to see further dollar gains. Finally, looking at the dollar yen, exactly what we've been expecting, even though the equity markets haven't really fallen to the 9,000 level as I talked about several weeks ago at the end of summer, but the yen continues to dominate the dollar as more and more talk about the dollar being the new choice for carry trades has evolved and may perhaps be the new trend. We expect the dollar to continue losing ground against the yen, perhaps down to the 85 level. First up, however, we have 89.50 as the first level of support for the dollar, this being the pivot low set on Friday. Below 89.50, we have 88.55 and 87.12. We don't expect too many gains here over the next several days, perhaps towards the 88 level, finally finding a lot of support at the 87 level. Below 87, we'll look for 85, but that's too early to mention. First level of resistance for the dollar can be found at 90.20. This was the previous area of support, now into resistance. Above that is 90.80, 91.60 follows, then 92, and last pivot high at 92.50. Once again, this has been Alex Kaczmarek for the FXEdge.com free daily Forex video for September 28th, 2009. Until tomorrow, everybody, good luck trading.